Roosevelt Island Tramway connects Roosevelt Island to Manhattan. The tram was one of the first of its kind in the United States. It opened in 1976. Until the mid-20th century, Roosevelt Island was known as Blackwell's Island or Welfare Island. It was largely occupied by hospitals and asylums. Today you could visit the island's abandoned smallpox hospital. Additionally, you could visit Lighthouse Park and Fort Freedom State Park, both with fantastic views of the city. The New York City Ferry connects all 5 boroughs. A one-way trip costs $4.50. There are 6 routes and 25 piers spread across the city. The earliest record of a New York ferry was that of Cornelius Dirksen in 1642. In 1654, the New Amsterdam government passed ordinances to regulate East River ferries. Historically, New York City has had extensive ferry networks until the 1960s, when they were almost abandoned. There was a revival in the 1980s onward. The citywide ferry service we have today was first launched in 2017 and has plans for future expansion. New York City has 5 boroughs: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island. New York City is a population powerhouse, one of the most populous cities in the US with over 8 million residents. Over 800 languages are spoken. New York City has over 6,000 high-rise buildings, 300 plus are classified as skyscrapers. Broadway is home to 41 professional theaters, making New York City a global center for theater and entertainment. New York City subway has 472 stations that operate 24/7. There are roughly 13,000 yellow taxis in New York City. Brooklyn is the most populous borough with over 2.5 million residents. The Brooklyn Bridge was opened in 1883. Before moving to Los Angeles, the Dodgers were Brooklyn's, but they played in Ebbets Field until 1957. Prospect Park is the largest park in Brooklyn, designed by the same architect who created Central Park. World-famous musical talent Cardi B was born and raised in High Bridge, Bronx. Yankee Stadium is located in the Bronx. The Yankees are one of the most successful baseball franchises in the history of the sport. Bronx Zoo is one of the largest metropolitan zoos in the world. The Bronx Zoo opened November 8, 1899. The zoo covers over 265 acres and is home to over 6,000 animals. The MTA is working on a project called the Interborough Express that would finally connect Brooklyn and Queens. Rockaway Beach is a popular destination in Queens. In the early 20th century, the beach was known as New York's playground. Citi Field is home to the New York Mets and is located in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park. Astoria Park is home to the largest pool in New York City. The park is roughly 60 acres and has fantastic views of the Hudson River and Manhattan. Brooklyn was an independent city from 1834 to 1898. Brooklyn still elects a borough president in place of a second mayor. Brooklyn has 30 miles of shoreline. The average price of a 2-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn in 2024 is $3,664 according to Apartments.com. The Brooklyn Public Library is one of 3 separate and independent public library systems in New York City. I still haven't returned that one library book, but I will get to it eventually, I promise. UNHQ is located in New York City. The headquarters has extraterritoriality, meaning that UN rules override local laws. UNHQ is located in the Turtle Bay neighborhood of Midtown Manhattan. The building was completed in 1952 at a cost of $65 million, roughly equivalent to $600 million in today's dollars. United Nations has 193 member states. United States dollar is the currency of business for the UN. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France in 1886 and remains one of the world's most famous symbols of freedom.